Good morning, everybody. Bobby here. Listen, this is totally unscripted, and we're going to go slide by slide, and we're going to talk about a group of people that are trying to attack me and my name, and only to push their own specific agenda. And quite frankly, I think it's because maybe they're hurting, someone hurt them at some point, and they want to push it out to everybody else. I think that would be the case. But let's take a look at the slides. And you guys are smart. You can gather the information for yourselves and make an opinion of your own. Now, I'm facing allegations from this individual who created a video that is very, very very slanderous and defamatory in my opinion. But let's go slide by slide, and you can kind of guesstimate or come to a conclusion as to what her position is. Let's take a look. This is on her profile. I just tell the truth. False allegations rarely ruin lives, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. Where we live in a world where men push the false narrative that allegations alone ruin lives. They do. It can, and I'm not the only one with that opinion. Let's continue on. All right, so now let's take a look at just a couple of comments. This person's last four or so posts are her just pushing some agenda that false accusations aren't that bad, and it's extremely weird. I agree, it is weird, and yeah, it's something that I don't take lightly. Then she replies back, "It's actually not a myth or an agenda. It's the truth. False allegations rarely ruin lives. That's the truth." Now keep that in mind as we continue on with the other slides. Here she is saying, "You are falsely accused. Sorry, bro. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. Until there was a guilty verdict. How do I know you aren't just lying for attention?" Now, this basically tells me that she is displacing her anger. I think that she's pushing it out on all men. We've had this discussion about when I went up to a panel and I said, "Why are you saying that all men are bad?" I don't think all men are bad, and I don't think all women are bad either. Some are bad, some are bad on both sides, and that's my opinion on that. Now, somebody wrote back to her, and I don't like the way he framed it. It could be he or she. I don't like the way they framed it, so I'm going to leave out a couple of words. But I want you to see her response, okay? "I'm not surprised by a bunch of women who have never heard the parable of the boy who cried wolf. So when you cry wolf, you make a statement that's not necessarily true, but when it does happen, they're not going to believe you." That's basically what he's saying or she is saying. I'm not sure what the gender is. Now, I don't agree with the framing of that, but let's take a look at what Max says. "And I'll keep doing it," is what she says. "You were falsely accused. Sorry, bro. And I'll keep doing it." All right, so now the next slide. So she's responding back to, "I'm not surprised, a bunch of, I'm not gonna say the rest of it. Oops, made the incels mad again." Now, this is part of the messaging problem. First of all, people like this, I think, do damage to those who are actually experiencing issues with harassment and so forth. And I think she's trying to push her agenda in a way that is, I got to be honest with you, not legal. It is very defamatory in nature. But let's continue on. Let's talk about Biden and Kamala Harris for a minute. When we switched over from Biden to Kamala Harris, well, listen, we needed to put as many voters out there as possible, and calling people incels is probably not a good idea. And I think that's bad messaging. I don't think that's going to end up getting you the votes that we need in order to get people or Kamala Harris across the finish line. Maybe she'll run again. I don't know. But if she does, we need to think about our messaging. And that's what I'm trying to do here, is figure out what the heck is going on with the messaging. I don't think that's good. Anyways, let's continue. Now she goes on to, she has other slides. If false allegations are so prevalent, why are perjury conviction rates so low? Let's take a look at some of the comment sections. Now, this person says, "Doesn't matter if men or women have higher rates of the crime. They both do it. Stop trying to put women on a pedestal. Look like we are better than men. There are evil both people on both sides. This is ridiculous." And she has 6 likes. Maybe the framing's a little different than how I put it, but yeah, I agree with that. I think there's bad people, no matter what gender you are. That's just the way it is sometimes. It's unfortunate. Now she goes on to say, "On my way to talk down to men about simplistic concepts so they feel small." Again, this is a messaging problem, because now when you say men, it's all men, right? And it's not all men. There's intelligent men out there. There's uneducated men out there. There's men who don't take care of themselves, some men that do take care of themselves, and just all different walks of life. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody's bad. And we got to work together in order to get someone like Kamala Harris across the finish line. And I think that's part of why we may have lost some of the votes, because yes, maybe some men may have fragile egos. Maybe, yeah. But it's okay to be a man with feelings. There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody gets their feelings hurt. We got to look at as to why. It's not just about men. Women have their issues. They have women's studies and things of that nature. But I've never been to a college where they have men's studies. I don't think I've ever been to one like that. I could be wrong. But we got to look at men too. It's not just women. It's not just men. We look at both. If men are perpetrators of something, if they're committing more crimes, is there a mental health problem in men? Are we bottling stuff up? Are we not seeking help through therapy, whatever the case may be? It might be the case. And that's why it's not just about men, but I am for men too. I think that they are important in this world. Let me check, see if I have any other slides. There's plenty of video, but I just did this real quick, so give me 1 second. Oh, by the way, Karen, I saw what you put. I just wanted to let you know. Anyways, so that's the end of this. There may or may not be more videos. I am going to put a stop to this harassment. It's unfortunate that I had to even continue to talk about this, but it is what it is. I've got to protect my name, and it's going to be based off integrity and the truth. And the truth is, I'm being harassed. So I'll see you guys soon. We're probably going to go live here in about an hour. So I'll see you soon.